Got one idea that I'm especially psyched out of my mind about. You know, it's one of those ideas where you're just like, yes!
Human sacrifice, dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria.
Dave Flynn?
On the radio.
Hold on to your butts.
Hey there, welcome to Dave Flynn on the radio, the #1 blogcast on the internet. I'm Dave Flynn, and since reading is hard, I'm going to do it for you. OMG, we did it, we made it. Part 5 of The Plus, our 5-part series on working with the robots. Yeah, I said it. Part 5 of 5, which means, by my convergent math, this is our last ride. But all good things must end, am I right? Lots of good feedback from last week's post, last week's blogcast. The back end, I could see your little fingers navigating to these tools. Hopefully you played around with a few, dialed in your sauna sessions, fixed your workouts, whatever tickles your fancy. It's been quite a journey trying to understand our role in all of this, the plus. I think about it all the time. I think about it for my kids, especially any young folks who are sort of being shielded from these robots in a lot of ways when what they really need is to become centaurs. So today we'll talk about some of the ways I've changed, or we've been changed through this technology. I want to touch on a human experience, inspiration, and also remind folks that we've been through changes like this before. You can find an idea every Monday over at winwithflynn.com, but if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's jump into the show. The Plus, Part 5. Centaurs are among us. This series has shown you what to watch out for. The atrophy, the cosplay, that kid pushing the train, the discipline of doing your half of the work. Frightening, encouraging, and hopefully useful. This post is about what happens when it works. Can we talk about bacon? That's what we've named our robot lawnmower. He is a pet, a helper, and strangely enough, has some personality. When he wanders off into the cul-de-sac or gets stuck in the bushes, I'm not generally upset with him. Maybe I should be, but what little robot lawnmower wouldn't get stuck from time to time? I find Bacon inspirational. He goes out and works hour after hour, recharge after recharge. And when I see him out there, I feel compelled to head out back myself. Prune the roses, pull the weeds, spread the mulch. It feels good. Both of us out back, working away for a few hours makes a massive dent in the workload. Bacon doesn't do my job, he does his job. And his presence makes me better at mine. I get more done alongside Bacon than I ever did on my own. I hear those twirling blades and the backup beeps, and I genuinely enjoy tackling yard care together. That's the plus. Writing? My writing has been transformed. You can plug in a topic and the AI will generate something, a blog post, a chapter. I gave some examples last week. Generally, it's not great. No errors, no major issues, but no life, no blood flowing. You can tell. Where it shines is as a sparring partner and researcher. If I have an idea, I can ask, what do you think about this, that, the other? It'll give me, with proper prompting, its honest read. From there, it'll research for me, help me fill in the blanks. Hey, I heard a quote that goes kind of like this. Can you find it? And it pulls the source down from across the internet. No hunting through blue links and skimming articles to chase a citation. Nope. Not anymore. When I write a first draft, I leave plenty of blanks, often a XXX, where the name or the date or the city goes. I want to keep the pen moving, so to speak, not get sidetracked with researching at that stage. Now I can feed my draft into the AI and ask, please help me. Fill in the blanks, fill in the XXX, and the AI will gladly tell me, Greta Thunberg, October 2nd, 2025, a flotilla in international waters off of Gaza's coast. These are the types of details no human should be tasked with retaining. But remember, always remember, draft first. The Tutors. My divergent son is working with the robots too. He has Synthesis tutoring him in math, Duolingo for math as well. He needs lots of help with math, just like his father. But chess as well through Duo. My daughter is on Duolingo for Spanish in preparation for the fall. AI tutors are terrific, adaptive, attentive, expert. When a concept is hard, the tutor circles back and attacks the gap from a new angle. Get a question wrong, the tutor asks the same concept in a new way. Fail a few in a row, and it takes 2 steps back, approaching with new visuals, new diagrams, new instruction. It switches between auditory, written, and game-based formats to find which path works for them. That is completely different than assigning the same homework, the same worksheets to 33 kids of varying skill levels. The way it teaches is different from the classroom, and that's perfect. He'll have multiple avenues of understanding, multiple paths to the same answer. For all the talk of these robots being impersonal, that couldn't be further from the truth. It's completely custom, personalized to each child. This connects to an idea Seth Godin's been preaching for years. The lecture, the explanation, the presentation, that part doesn't need to be live anymore. Every kid in America can pull up the best teacher in the world on any subject. If you want Carl Sagan on the cosmos, you got him. What about Bob Ross on landscapes? Go get it. Godin's version was simple. Flip the day. Send the kids home to watch the best teacher in the world. Bring them to school to do the homework with a real human in the room to help them through it. AI tutors are the next step. Not a replacement for the human in the room, an extension of what's been possible since YouTube. The robot pipes in world-class instruction. The robot adapts to the kid in real time. The teacher walks the aisles between student and machine, doing the part that matters most of all, noticing who's stuck, noticing who's bored, noticing the kid who needs a different kind of nudge. While so many people are worried about AI doing the work for school kids, the question we should be asking is, what work are they so eager to escape that they'd happily employ a robot to do it for them? It's probably those damn worksheets, the boilerplate assignments, the stuff with no connection to them, no intrigue, and sadly, no real positive outcome either. I have my son doing some homeschooling during the summer to work on his writing. You know what he's writing right now? An essay about hamburgers. He picked it, and I can't wait to read it. That's how we need to get these assignments out to the kids. Because the good stuff still gets their attention. People and kids, adults, we are learning machines. We just want to learn what we want to learn. I just finished a second reading of Moby Dick, and actually a third reading of The Old Man and the Sea. Both of them had originally been assigned to me in 11th grade. So I had my own recollection of these stories and wanted to see if I was right. I was not. A good assignment changes and adjusts to the person it's assigned to. And if you wouldn't do it yourself at 45 and find it interesting, why would you be so gung-ho to do it at 17? We've been here before. In the early 80s, when word processors first hit, writers and editors did the exact same thing they're doing now. Novelist Fay Weldon insisted there was some mystical connection between the brain and the actual act of writing in longhand. Iris Murdoch went further, asking why anyone would stare at a glass square which separates one from one's thoughts and gives them a premature air of completeness. Hey, I'm down with the brain-body connection just as much as the next guy, but also, spell check is a gift. To them, keys and screens felt like a barrier, too cold and too distant, so they clung to the old. They clung to typewriters and red pens and paper because craft meant feeling the ink. But by the 90s, everyone had switched. Nobody bragged about no word processors used anymore. And I mentioned it on the blog before, but I noticed this modern version when I was shopping my book around Reedsy for editors. And every editor pitched no AI used in the process. The human touch, artisanal edits. Your words unfiltered by machines. And I think they're just worried what you'll think. They're scared of the perception, dumping that manuscript into ChatGPT and calling it a day. But I used AI to find them, to find the best possible human to edit my book about connection and trust. I know. How plus is that? The right tools, used well, get you to a better place. If we do it right, a pattern emerges. Bacon cuts the grass. I decide what we grow. The tutor explains algebra. My son applies it to the world around him. The robots write the code. I decide what's worth building. The robots tighten a paragraph, surface a quote, pressure test an argument. My taste decides what's true or what's funny or what's beautiful. My taste decides what's worth saying. The best collaborations happen when the robot handles the convergence, the repetition, the synthesis, the heavy lift across massive amounts of information, while the human retains that taste and direction and judgment and responsibility. That's the plus. The closing. I've talked with my kids about this. Whenever we speak to Grok or Siri or any of the other robots, we treat them well. Please and thank you. We joke that when the robots take over and become our overlords, they'll remember the meat robots that had manners. That may be true. But kindness towards a robot isn't about the robot's feelings. It's about yours. Nassim Taleb wrote, "You don't become completely free by just avoiding to be a slave. You also need to avoid becoming a master." What he means is, if you treat the robot as a slave, you become less, not them. You treat the robot as a collaborator, and you become a centaur. The plus is a discipline. Draft first. Keep the challenge. Stay divergent. Be the kind of human whose work is worth training on. Go write version 7 and be the plus. There we have it. That's the pod. Thank you for listening. If you like what you hear, please share it with a friend. Give it a thumbs up. And if you've got a few extra seconds, give it a 5-star review on Apple or Spotify or wherever you are listening. The engagement will make you feel so good, and it'll help other people find the show. Thanks again for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.
We gotta go. This is great.